How's it going, everyone? Nick Templin here from Templin Scouting, and today we're going to be doing another prospect evaluation video. Today we're going to be looking at the player most likely to be selected first overall in the upcoming 2022 NHL draft, and that is Shane Wright. So I'm going to be kind of going through first his Elite Prospects page, and then after that I'm going to blind react to some film. Obviously, I've watched film on him before, but this particular compilation I have not watched yet. So that's what I mean by a blind react in that case. But anyways, so we're going to take a look at Shane Wright overall. So just starting off size-wise, he's 6'1", 187, so he's already a pretty good size for the NHL. Doesn't have to worry about putting on a whole lot of muscle or anything. He could play at this weight. He finds that he might want to put on a little bit more, so he's a little bit harder to take off the puck, but I don't think he's going to find too many issues with that. I think that he's already got the right frame to be an NHL player. So not much to deliberate on that. Looking at his draft rankings, every single one of them has him first overall, and rightfully so. He is clearly the most talented prospect in this draft. So, and we're going to get to see kind of more in depth why that is once we get to the film. Looking at his points so far this season, he's playing on a very good Kingston Frontenac's team, but this Kingston Frontenac's team needs him, I think, to be as good as they are, because not only is he an incredibly dominant player offensively, but he's just a player that drives success overall throughout the lineup. He's able to help his teammates produce more, and he's able. I think that he's a very valuable player to the team that he plays on. You can't necessarily say that about a lot of prospects. With a lot of prospects, you can say that you see the value of them and you see that they have a lot of talent, but remove them from the lineup and does it make a huge difference to their team as a whole? That's what kind of separates the mediocre prospects from the elite ones, and that's one of the things that makes Shane Wright so incredibly good. So obviously 30 points in 22 games. As you can see, he's been getting more assists than goals. Not too surprising. He's a guy he's always got his head up looking for the pass. Creates a lot of room on the ice for himself to create plays for other players more often than not. But he does have a goal-scoring touch as well, and we're going to get to see a little bit of that. Obviously, 2 seasons ago, he was granted exceptional status and came into the league as a rookie. Scored 39 goals, 27 assists for 66 points. So a little bit different than what we're seeing right now. I think what we're seeing now is a bit more of a well-rounded game from Shane Wright, and I think that we're also seeing that he has better teammates to pass to, because that Kingston Frontenac's team that he played with 2 years ago wasn't nearly as strong as the one that he's playing for now. And obviously going back to his junior A, or not junior A, but under 18 or under 16 days, I should say, because that's how long I've kind of been paying attention to this kid for. He was absolutely dominant in Toronto's under 16 AAA. He, as you can see with his points here, he was on probably one of the best, if not the best, under 16 team we're going to see in a long time. The Don Mills Flyers that year they were a crazy good team with prospects like Brant Clark and Brendan Othman, and just to name a few there. I think 5 or 6 at least have been already drafted or are going to be drafted. So just looking as far back as then, Shane Wright has gotten to dominate hockey for a very long time in whatever league he has been in. He was one of the interesting things about him was he actually did not opt to go over to Europe to play his hockey last year, and I think that was an alright decision for him. It clearly hasn't affected him at all, and it hasn't affected anybody's opinion of him at all. So overall, I think right now there's no reason to believe that that he wouldn't go first overall, or anyone would think that his development was stunted by that 1 year off. So yeah, that's kind of all I have to say about him here on IMDb, or on I was gonna say IMDb. This is not a movie website. This is Elite Prospects. That's all I was going to say about him on Elite Prospects here. So we're just going to move over now to the highlight videos. Alright, so we're going to be taking a look here at this video here, posted by the channel Puck Life. So make sure you go give him some love for posting this video. I really appreciate you putting this out there. This was posted a couple of weeks ago, and it's just his November 2021 highlights. And I wanted to break it down and find something more recent of him, and not necessarily have all his greatest highlights, but just kind of take a look at what he looks like on basically a regular basis. So this video was definitely the best option for getting to break him down in that way. So keeping in mind he wears number 51, so let's make sure we're keeping an eye out for him. Obviously he's on the Kingston Frontenacs, so the white team in this situation. There he is, finding a way into the slot. As I said, he has that kind of natural goal scoring ability where he just kind of finds the right spot on the ice. Really can, I would say, for as good as he is with the puck on his stick, he's almost just as good with it not on his stick, getting himself into good scoring situations. So obviously, just kind of an example of that there, and good finish. It's a tough play to stop if you're the goalie. Here he comes in on the 2-on-1, and he gets the assist there. That's kind of what we can expect more from him. He's a really good passer, but I think what you got to really look at here, look at him the whole way. So 1, he's looking off at his player. 2, he's looking at the net. And then 3, back to the player. So he keeps looking off, looking for what opportunity is going to be the better one. And sees in this situation that the player is taking away the shot, or coming over to Shane Wright to take away his lane to the net, and that's leaving the lane for his teammate here wide open. I believe that is Martin Chromiak with the finish there, but I'm not sure. Alright, and then here's a play. I believe he scores a goal here. Yeah, he does. So once again, kind of finding his way to the front of the net. But look, where he skates, there's 3 players that are following him here. One of them kind of tails off, but you'll see. Here, I'll go back a bit. So he's 3 guys are kind of aware of him on the ice at all times, especially in the offensive zone, and yet he still finds a way to break away from them and finish off in front of the net. And good job by his teammate to find him in front there. But obviously that's a great play by him, just finding the open areas on the ice and kind of attacking in a way that, like, such a quick way that the defenders can't really keep up with him. Alright, so next one, this is a power play here. Good to kind of see how he is on the power play. I believe that's him with the shot there. Yep, it is. So hopefully we get a nice replay on this so we can kind of see the angle that he was looking with, but don't always get that in the OHL. So just looking here, he's at the top of the circle, kind of shooting through a crowd here. Interesting decision, not one that I love. It worked out for him, but on the power play, obviously you want to generate a lot of chances, but in this situation there's really only one guy screening the goalie, and he's all the way out here. So in this situation, I would either like to see him hold on just a second longer for one of his guys to get in front, but what you can say about this play is he does have a guy here sitting right on the doorstep for a rebound, and then you got another guy coming in here who could potentially get a rebound. So if the shot goes for a rebound, then yeah, you're generating a good scoring chance. This shot through a crowd, not going to be a lot of NHL goaltenders. He is a good shooter, but I wouldn't say that it's his main skill. So Just kind of one here that works out for him, but maybe not the best play available for him there, which is actually a good thing if you think about it, because it shows that he has room to grow as a player, and he is already a spectacular player. So it's kind of important to point out the things that even the best of prospects can do better. In that situation, just maybe another option would have been better. However, in that case, obviously it did work out for him, so I can't complain too much about that. So I believe, yep, there he is right in the middle. Makes a pass back to the point. All right, so that play wasn't really generated by him, but he does pick up the primary assist on it. Just kind of shows that he's one of those situations where he was very much a pass-first player. Let's take a look at this one, because this is a pretty spectacular secondary assist here, where this is him right here. So he's getting knocked down on the play. It's one of these take a hit to make the play kind of situations. As he's going to the ice, he sees his teammate here. Again, I believe that's Martin Chromiak. Coming in over the line, and he sees that he's got a pretty direct lane to the net, and as he's going down, he's able to make a pass, which not very easy to do in that situation at all. Shows a lot of talent there and a lot of control, and is able to find the winger streaking in, who takes a shot, rebound, finds its way to the back of the net. So again, that's just him creating a great scoring chance by taking a hit and advancing the play. Here's kind of a little 3-on-3 situation, almost 3-on-2. So he gets the puck on the drop back pass, immediately looks for his teammate who is in the high slot. Now, in this situation, kind of interesting. Players coming back there, almost right on him. But he is able to hit him with a very accurate pass, and when you're that accurate on your passes, tape to tape like that, you can kind of get away with guys being right on the guy that you're passing to. And in this case, he's able to get it right in the wheelhouse, actually, which is perfect. And that's a skill that even not a lot of guys who are in the NHL have. Obviously, didn't get a great shot away, but playing with higher skill level, higher talent alongside him, he's going to find a way to make players like that even better. That last one, just a good play to get the puck to the point. It's another play kind of like that, or the same one, I guess. Good use of his points there. Kind of a similar goal there to the first one that he scored, or the other one that he scored on the power play. Just kind of the top of the circle there. Oh, that's not him on the shot. He must have deflected it. Let's go back and make sure that we are catching that correctly. So Frasco with the shot, and Wright tips it right around here. So again, good nose for the net as he's coming out in front. Perfect timing. These plays look a lot easier than they actually are, but to time your movement in front of the net with the shot in a way where you're able to get your stick on the puck and deflect it past the goalie like that takes a lot more skill than he makes it look really easy. It's something that Sidney Crosby does really well, and it's something that probably a skill of his that goes under the radar for what has made him so good in his career. And that's why I like to compare Shane Wright to Sidney Crosby a fair bit in that way. Good shot for a rebound here. Again, that's more of the situation where I want him shooting. And that one, just a good release through a crowd. Looks like it's in the same game too, so you can kind of see that he's the kind of player that will put up multiple points in a game for you. Just kind of has the ability to take over a game or help your team take over a game. And obviously that's a really important skill for somebody going potentially first overall. Another shot from the high circle. I like him shooting in this situation a lot more. Look at all the traffic in front here. In this situation, the goalie does have a pretty good sight line. These guys are kind of in his sight line, but you'll see that he kind of loads the puck up into a good spot. good flex on the release there too. It's something that you'll notice with him is he doesn't necessarily have the hardest or even most accurate shot in the world, but what he does have is an incredible release. Very quick, very hard to react to. If you are not reacting immediately, then you're going to miss it, and that's how he's going to beat you. That was a good shot decision right there. I liked seeing that a lot, and looked like he almost picked a corner there. So that's one video there. I will load up another one here just because that was kind of short, and we will look at this video from Delta Highlights that was posted 3 weeks ago, and it's going to start with some under 18 highlights here. He was very good in that tournament, wearing number 15 for Canada here. It's kind of a similar situation to what he did in the last clip, where he is kind of at the top of the circle on the power play. Seems to be kind of his spot to release, and this is a great shot decision here because there is quite a bit of traffic in front. I've got a Canadian player right on the doorstep of the goalie, making his life difficult. Shane is able to kind of notice that, realizes that's the time to take the shot, and is able to beat him. He was very impressive in that tournament, playing against guys who are just a touch older than him. So and yes, I remember this goal too, where he just kind of drags it. Here, we'll get back to that again. But obviously, taken out of the play here, that's Othman, I believe, his former teammate from Don Mills. He is able to make the play in. And what I like here, this is one of those situations where I really like how he uses the defenseman almost as a screen here. And it makes it incredibly difficult for the goaltender. I believe Jesper Wallstedt was the goalie in this game, but I could be wrong. I'm definitely wrong. I almost remember it being like Vickman or somebody else. So off the top of my head, not sure. But is able to beat him over the shoulder there, which you're not beating a lot of goalies high from that distance out. And the reason why he's able to do that is because he's able to shield the puck off. Interesting. This is actually going back to some of his highlights from Don Mills now. So might as well take a look at this. But I'm less interested in what he was able to do against as a 15-year-old against 15-year-olds, and more about what he's been able to do in junior. But obviously, nice play there. Good play to make an interception. Obviously got some speed to break away, and decent finish, not amazing, but good enough for the league he was in. This was actually the finals of the OHL Cup here. Remember this being a very good game, and this was the game winner. He was able to set that up. I think it was Christopoulos was the game-winning goal on that one. Shout out to Christopoulos, North Bay player. So yeah, back to some Kingston highlights. I think that was from his rookie year. I think that was his first goal even, and it's kind of the same situation on the power play where he likes to shoot from kind of the top or mid circle area. So that's something to kind of keep an eye on with him. It's something that teams in the NHL are going to have to really pay attention to with him as well. That this whole area on either side, depends on where he is, but this is his shooting area on the power play, and he can definitely be a threat there, and you kind of have to take that away from him. But it is kind of interesting to notice that pattern a little bit. This is a good steal at the blue line. He's able to turn it up ice, and I love the way that he uses his body position here on the defender. So he is able to, first, he's able to get in, but he doesn't have the space to break away from this defender. So rather than going away from him, there's a lot of players that in these situations will either drive hard to the backhand, which can work, but it's a lower percentage shot. Or in other situations, somebody that I noticed would do this a lot is Mike Hoffman. He would drive in, and because there was pressure on him, he would curl back and wait for somebody to join him in the rush. Well, in this situation, I think Shane Wright does the highest percentage play that he can make, which is come in, uses his body to shield off the defender, puts the puck onto his forehand in a good shooting position, and is able to beat the goalie with another quick release. And it takes a lot of strength to make a play like this, because obviously the defender's right there, stick on stick, trying to lift his stick and everything, but he stays hard on it, and he's able to fire the puck into the back of the net. And it's going to be plays like that make Shane Wright so difficult to stop at the next level, because that kind of strength, if he's able to do that against NHL defenders, and I do think he will, then he's going to be a really electric player. Another good play there, good stick handling, just getting to the open ice. That's what he does really well. That play, really good speed. That I think is one of my favorite of his plays here. Just kind of showcases from the neutral zone. He's carrying this puck in with a lot of speed. First thing that you kind of can notice here is this defender is not really on his edges. He is kind of, he's doing his crossovers over to get to that side, but he's stumbling along the way. And Shane Wright not only causes that with his speed, and this is his reaction to it. He needs to get over faster, but Shane Wright is going too fast for how this guy is, able to get there, and he's able to knock him off stride, but also he takes advantage of that once he's able to get him off balance, gets around him. The guy is forced to spin and turn, and as soon as that's the situation, Shane Wright knows he has the direct shot at the net. Now he does shoot this from, again, around the face-off dot there, but it's a pretty far out shot for a rush like that, but it's a good enough shot. He places it well that the goalkeeper isn't able to stop it there, and you will see goals like that from time to time at the next level, and Shane Wright, I think, will be one of those guys that is capable of making plays like that. Yeah, just causes a lot of trouble for the defender there, and not even by doing a whole lot, not by doing a whole lot. He's not making all these moves to get into the zone. He's just using his speed and, forcing a guy who I'm sure is a great defender. I wasn't, sure who exactly it was on that play, but, making somebody totally lose their balance just trying to keep up with him. On this play, can kind of see him creeping in here. You can see the puck was down here. His teammate has passed him the puck out here, and he's able to score from a ridiculous angle there. That's the kind of thing that is terrifying to anybody in the NHL who doesn't end up with a guy doesn't end up with Shane Wright, is that he can score from these ridiculous angles just because of how wicked that release is. Now, this play, just kind of evaluate before he goes in here. He's kind of 1-on-3, kind of 2-on-3 here. So I'm kind of interested to see what his decision making is. Actually, his teammate decides to go off for a change, so it is a 1-on-3. How does he make this work? So he flies past the forward here. I'm assuming that's the forward on the back check. He's got got one of the defenders kind of turning to face him now. The other one's kind of standing still here, waiting for somebody on Kingston to join the rush. You can see kind of at the bottom here, there's one guy just kind of joining up with him here, but it looks like Shane is going to take advantage of the fact that he's now turned what was a 1-on-3 into a 1-on-1, and he's going to drive the net here. So let's just see if that's what he does. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's not like he comes in, puts his shoulder into the guy and tries to go in on net, but it's similar to that breakaway goal that we showed before, where he just kind of puts his stick in the right position for a tough shot. tough for the goalie to stop, not tough for him to make. And he's able to just get that quick release and snap it past the goalie, and the defender just doesn't have time to react to him getting his stick ready for that shot. So another really good showcase of his quick release and his talent there. Get to see another replay on that. Just, you know, exactly what we were thinking. And he's able to get the shot up, which makes it even harder on the goalie there. Have to see how this one went in. See if they give us a good replay here, but it's right off the draw. A draw that he wins. That's another thing to look for him. You know, I obviously I don't get to watch a lot of, oh, what a play. I don't get to watch a lot of, you know, his face-offs or anything, but I've heard that he's a pretty good face-off guy. Definitely a center at the next level. So he wins the face-off, kind of. The puck's just kind of sitting there, but he has the awareness to kind of play the puck with his feet, get it to his stick, sees that, first of all, this is a tough shot because this puck is between his feet. He's able to get his stick down there and get enough power and lift off of it to make it a tough shot on net, and the goalie's not expecting it off the draw like that because he can't even see where the puck is, and you know, Shane Wright kind of takes advantage of that and is able to just fire one right past him. So yeah, that's kind of the last video that I'm going to talk about there with Shane Wright, but you know, obviously he is an incredible prospect, somebody that I'm very excited for in this upcoming draft. No doubt about it, he's going to be the first overall pick. Just showcases a ton of talent that you know, can be compared to some of the greats in the game right now. He's going to be the kind of guy that changes a franchise from, you know, whoever. I'm hoping he ends up going to a team that really needs him and not to a team that just missed the playoffs by a couple of points, because, you know, we've seen that happen with a couple of teams in the past few years. And, you know, I hope that that Shane Wright kind of gets to be the McDavid to Edmonton or the Matthews to Toronto kind of situation, where a city's really able to embrace him, and you know, less like a Lafreniere to the New York Rangers kind of situation. And you know, Arizona, Montreal, Ottawa, those are the kind of teams that are kind of struggling so much right now that they really need a guy like him. So you know, just kind of something to keep looking at as the weeks go by and we get closer and closer to this draft. I'm going to look into some more prospects to do another video on this. In fact, let's go ahead and look at some of the top prospects for this draft and see which one I feel like doing next. So I did do one, I was going to post one that I did on Logan Cooley, but I just found that his film was relatively underwhelming, and I didn't feel that it warranted us you know, actually putting a video up on him. Obviously, I do think he's a good prospect. I just think he has a bit longer to go before he makes it to the next level. So we're going to look at potentially Yuri Slafkovsky would be one that I would like to look at. Matthew Savoie, another guy that I will probably do at some point. I already did one on Joachim Kamel. That was my first one. So definitely a lot of options to look at as the weeks go by. But if there's anybody that you would like me to make one of these videos on specifically, make sure to comment that player's name down below, especially if you think there's somebody out there that I haven't heard of, or that you know, you're quite fond of or high on, that you think could potentially be a steal in this draft, because I'm always looking to learn about new players. You know, there's a few players that I kind of have in mind, and at some point I'd like to make a video on the guys that I expect to be the steals in this upcoming draft. But yeah, so let me know in the comments down below if you like this video. Make sure you like it and consider subscribing. We are starting off 2022 with over 100 subscribers, which is absolutely unreal to me because we started this channel back in June, I believe it was, and to already be at 100 subscribers, it does mean a lot to me, and a couple of the last videos have done really well, so thank you guys for that. I'm really appreciative of the support that these videos have been getting, and I'm looking forward to making more for you guys.